Israel-Iran news now. Israeli bombing kills Rafah family as U.S. authorizes $26 billion aid. According to Al Jazeera, civil defense personnel reported that an Israeli military strike on a Rafah family's home in southern Gaza killed 3 and injured 4. Yesterday, a bipartisan supermajority approved $95 billion in aid for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, allowing Joe Biden to sign the long-stalled package. The final vote was 79-18. This measure gives Israel $26.3 billion and humanitarian help to conflict victims, especially in Gaza. Following accusations of mass graves outside 2 Palestinian hospitals, the UN voiced horror. The organization confirmed Gazan officials' reports of 283 bodies at Nasser Hospital and 30 at Al-Shifa. "We feel the need to raise the alarm since clearly there have been many bodies discovered," said UN High Commissioner for Human Rights spokesperson Ravina Shamdasani. "Some of them had their hands tied, which implies major violations of international human rights and humanitarian law, which need further investigation." Yesterday, a bipartisan supermajority approved $95 billion in aid for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, allowing Joe Biden to sign the long-stalled package. The final vote was 79-18. Today the Senate delivers a unifying message to the whole world: America will always defend democracy in its hour of need, Schumer added. "Make no mistake, America will deliver on its vow to behave like a leader on the world stage, to hold the line against despotic thugs like Vladimir Putin," he said. "We teach Putin that betting against America is always a fatal error." According to Al Jazeera, civil defense personnel reported that an Israeli military strike on a Rafah family's home in southern Gaza killed 3 and injured 4. On Sunday, Israeli strikes on Rafah in southern Gaza killed 18 people overnight, including 14 children. Amnesty International said in its annual report on Wednesday that egregious rule-breaking in Gaza and Ukraine, expanding armed conflicts, authoritarianism, and massive rights atrocities in Sudan, Ethiopia, and Myanmar are nearing international law breakdown. The most powerful governments, including the US, Russia, and China, have ignored international standards and values inscribed in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, with civilians in wars paying the biggest price, the Human Rights Organization stated. Amnesty Secretary General, Agnes Callamard, called last year's international order violations unprecedented. "The failings of Israel's partners to stop the unspeakable civilian killing in Gaza compound its obvious disdain for international law," she said. "Many of those allies were the architects of that post-World War II legal system." The UN demanded a clear, transparent and credible investigation into mass graves found at 2 major Gaza hospitals raided by Israeli commandos on Tuesday. UN spokesman Stefan Dujarric told reporters that credible investigators must have access to the locations, and that more media must be safe in Gaza to report the truth. UN Human Rights Chief Volker Turk said he was horrified by the damage of the Shifa Medical Center in Gaza City and Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis, and the purported discovery of mass graves after the Israelis left. He urged for impartial, transparent inquiries into the fatalities, stating, "Given the prevalent climate of impunity, this should include international investigators." Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi warned Israel that attacking Iran could threaten the Zionist regime. "If the Zionist regime once again makes a mistake and strikes the sacred country of Iran, the situation will be different, and it is not clear whether anything will remain of this regime," Raisi stated in Pakistan on Tuesday. "Today the greatest defenders of human rights are the Americans and Westerners, and their claim of defending human rights is likewise empty," he stated, criticizing the West for supporting Israel's Gaza conflict.